Now, I know y'all heard the old saying, good artists borrow, great artists steal. They also say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So I guess if both of these things are true at once, then French studio Sandfall Interactive's instant classic, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, will casually walk up to you, snatch your wallet out of your back pocket, immediately slap you on the cheeks, and tell you just how amazing those yams look in those pants, all in one stroke of the brush. Now, I just rolled credits on E33 last night, and my mind started to race. All the little tells in the story elements, how crisp the gameplay felt, and the emotional roller coaster that this Game of the Year lock took me on over the 30 hours or so that I played it. But what I could not shake more than anything is that feeling of familiarity. So many aspects of this game felt like a cozy memory, like I'd been here before, and I'm just happy to be back. And honestly, that's the coolest part of getting older in this game of life. All of the things you loved as a kid are now what inspire the creators of your day. We taking over, millennials. There are nods to the Final Fantasy series, the Persona series, even a certain Christopher Nolan film that truly turned my head upside down. And another Leo vehicle for some, some style points. So just what did inspire this incredible game? And how exactly did this upstart French outfit paint such an incredible piece of art on their very first attempt? Well, if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Tell a friend all about the Gamersician. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and
spill some ink.
Now let's start with a bit of a cheat because A, I've never heard of this book until the devs brought it up, and B, it's so thematically on the nose, this part of the script practically wrote itself. La Horde de Contrevent is a 2004 novel by Alain Damasio about a crew of explorers trudging endlessly into an unrelenting headwind, chasing a truth they might never reach. It's a brutal test of endurance and willpower, collective perseverance against a merciless, abstract force. Sound familiar? No? Eh oui? Expedition 33 swaps, the Gale Force winds for paintbrush, but the DNA is identical. They got numbered generations, seemingly insurmountable odds, and the existential weight of marching towards something that might not even be there when you arrive. The idea of pushing forward in the face of inevitable attrition is baked into every piece of this book. That desperate crew venturing into the unknown on a deadly mission also calls to mind certain Final Fantasy X. Now in FF10, a mismatched party sets out to defeat an unknowable force named Scent. Different world, different weapons of mass destruction, but the pilgrimage structure and looming inevitability are a perfect pair. Both games thrive on the tension between moments of quiet camaraderie and the constant shadow of a threat that could absolutely obliterate everything that we love. Now, my bro also called out another great Square comparison that I definitely see. Xenogears. Layered, philosophical storytelling that juggles personal heartbreak with world-shattering stakes, plus surreal imagery that lingers long after a scene fades to black. Like Xenogears, Expedition 33 uses its party's journey to explore fate, identity, and metaphysics without losing sight of the human drama. Oh, and Ellie, my Ellie, a multi-generational layered character with red hair that lay at the center of everything about the game. And structurally, it's got a lot in common with Dragon Quest XI, that classic 3-act JRPG rhythm. Seemingly straightforward quest, a mid-game twist that flips the table, a final act that ties world-saving stakes to deeply personal character arcs. It's a structure that rewards your investment, that makes the final hours hit so much harder because you've lived with these characters through all the betrayals, all the heartaches, and all of their triumphs. Not to mention a hell of a lot to do in the post-game. Yeah, I gotta get back to Expedition 33 because I got a lot left to do. All right, now let's just go ahead and get this one out the way. Persona 5. This one's not hard to see. It's not just the obvious menu inspirations though. Expedition 33 borrows Persona swagger wholesale. Snappy transitions between moves, bold color splashes, animated overlays, and whip-fast camera cuts make every attack feel like a microphone drop. The UI isn't just there for function, it's there for the steez, for the style, for the feeling it gives you. Quote, Persona 5 is the best game in the world when it comes to UI and combat visuals. The camera shifts dramatically with each action, making it feel like you're watching a movie, says creative director Guillaume Broche, crediting Atlus's flagship RPG for inspiring Clair Obscur's cinematic flair. Now on the complete other end of the spectrum, we got FromSoft's Bloodborne. Clearly left its mark here. I couldn't help but looking at some of these nightmarish designs and thinking that. Now Sekiro clearly influenced the combat for sure, but Bloodborne's DNA is in the enemy field. They're twisted, sinewy, and dripping with that gothic menace, like a Victorian nightmare given actual legs. Every grotesque encounter feels deliberate, each design telling a story of decay and corruption. I also was picking up some other Souls features, especially in a certain area. Now, when the game wants to flex spectacle, I was getting big Bayonetta vibes. There were points I was like, holy shit, where is that sexy witch at when you need her? Over the top super moves, stylish finishing blows. Pure spectacle for spectacle's sake. Special attacks bloom across the screen like controlled chaos, every frame begging to be paused and admired like the painting that it is. Love to see it. From Final Fantasy 13, oh wait. Sorry, my notes are telling me the game is actually called Lost Odyssey. It takes the mature tone and character-driven storytelling, including emotional flashback scenes that hit like JRPG gut punches. Those quiet moments of reflection make the high drama set pieces feel even more earned. Damn, I really want to play that game. Where the fuck is the PC port at, y'all? Come on, Microsoft. Now, Final Fantasy X drug its blitz balls here too. The variety of locales, from beachsides to bombed out desolate spaces, are all represented here. The layout of turns in the UI definitely gave me some Final Fantasy X feels as well. And the name Clair Obscur isn't just for the artsy flair. It's a nod to a specific art technique that I ain't even about to try to say. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen right over here. Now, light and shadow aren't simply for looks. They're a narrative motif about hope and despair woven into the game's environments and even into its cinematography. I couldn't help but to notice the uncanny geometry of Inception all around me. Some of the scenery could have been pulled straight from Nolan's cutting room floor, gravity-defying architecture and seamless transitions between the impossible, the real, and the surreal. The visual design dares you to believe in the unbelievable. And of course, as I mentioned, that Leo vehicle, Great Gatsby, Art Deco vibes all over this bitch. The black and the gold along with those patterns that just make me think that 20s feel. You know, pre-depression decadence, you feel me? Whenever I entered the manor, I swear I almost expected Mr. DiCaprio to come gallivanting down the stairs, giving me a cheers. The gameplay of Expedition 33 seems to take the most amount of inspirations that I could think of. It's truly a hodgepodge of some of the greats. I adored playing this game in almost every way. Now, from Sekiro, the devs took the satisfaction of well-timed defense, parrying, breaking posture, and turned it into a reactive guard system that keeps you engaged even when it's the enemy's turn. It's not simply just waiting around like the typical JRPG usually is. You truly feel like you're in control with this game. Producer Francois Meurice adds, "We started with a classic JRPG foundation, but watching how satisfying Sekiro's parries felt led us to build a reactive, turn-based system of our own." Now, Persona 5 doesn't just show up in how the visuals look. It's in the seamless flow of the turns, the way the look and mechanics reinforce each other so every input feels rewarding to carry out. The battles within Clair Obscur are like cinematic, choreographed beauty. They're definitely equal parts strategy and showmanship. Now, The Legend of Dragoon. Now, if this is a game that you haven't played, this PlayStation 1 classic might have the worst translation of all time, but gave us an incredibly dope combat system with time button prompts. And I could not help but to feel this immediately when I fired up Clair Obscur. The DNA in those time button presses for extra defense and for offense, an interactive rhythm layered on top of the strategy. If you miss a beat, you feel it. Nail it, and it's a rush. Yeah, man, like Gust of Wind Dance and shit, but who would name a bad guy Lloyd? That's where they really fucked up. Anyway, I immediately felt at home because of this game, and it made me want a remake or a sequel of Legend of Dragoon just oh so bad. Like, where is that?
Anyway.
All right, y'all, so maybe this one is just me, but as an avid Slay the Spire guy, with over 400 hours between all versions that I play, this hit me the second that I picked Mael. Her stance system seems to borrow the offensive, defensive, and all-out stances of our girl, the Watcher. So many of the intricacies reminded me of playing that incredible card game. You're taking more damage, deal more in an offensive stance, as well as having a combined stance that provides you kind of the best of both. Also, red, blue, purple.
Get Sandfall on the horn.
Because I need somebody to confirm this, please. Then you have Lune's elemental field changes, which echo Chrono Cross, at least in my opinion, and how it rewards players who plan order and element usage with surgical precision. The battlefield itself becomes a weapon for her as you recall your elements in the right patterns and see damage buffs and other type of positive outcomes if you're smart about it. Now, Verso's style, man, this seems really similar to me to Dante. It gave me that Devil May Cry feel with the flashy combos, the movement, and a flair for the dramatic. It's impossible not to grin when a finisher hits with him just right. Did he not do a stinger in one of his combos? And then, you know, everyone's favorite dog, Monaco, channels blue magic from various Final Fantasies, letting you steal enemy tricks and add them to your own constantly deepening bag. It's a mechanic that keeps encounters fresh and rewards your curiosity. That's a good boy. And then Bloodborne is back as it sneaks into that RPG stat system. The way you balance your offense and defense and resources with a Souls-like edge. The scaling of weapons and how they impact your stats really made me feel like I was talking to the doll.
Should it please you?
Ew.
And in true Final Fantasy VII fashion, Expedition 33 isn't afraid to throw in a completely out of left field minigame area to break the tension and add just a modicum of charm. Un petit charme. My French is pretty good after 4 years of French in high school. Wouldn't you say? Like, shouldn't I be tracking down somebody right now? No. I gotta go hit Gold Saucer. Sephiroth can wait. Or in this case, dodge some bombs in a bomb-ass bikini. Lune, I was not familiar with your game, girl. I apologize. I thought you were square. The social layer owes a lot to many games, but I felt that Fire Emblem Three Houses was the one I compared to the most. With camp interactions deepening relationships that pay off both narratively and within battle, I was really feeling like I was in the Officers Academy, and I even get additional moves and abilities to boot. This actually felt less Persona to me for some reason. I don't know. Your mileage may vary, so I'd love to hear what you think it's like. All right, now what is there to say about this soundtrack that hasn't already been said a million times and better than I probably ever could? With close to 7 hours of music on this joint, it truly is the gift that keeps on giving. From Nier Automata, Expedition 33 borrows a lot. The haunting blend of melancholy and hope in its score, and the way music and story beats intertwine, that's artful, y'all. Tracks swell and fade in sync with the narrative, making certain scenes absolutely unforgettable. I couldn't help but feel like Automata was a favorite around the Sandfall offices. Do we gotta even say it again, y'all? Persona 5, man. Persona vibe. We got leitmotifs tied to characters, jazzy battle tracks, and a sonic identity that matches its style perfectly. You can hear the confidence in every horn blast, every bass line. Monaco out here making Shoji Meguro proud. And speaking of inspirations, how about the inspiration I felt when I created this track? Enjoy a quick sample of Trente-Trois, the final piece off my upcoming album titled Better with Friends.
Watch your step, and sleep is the cousin of death, and grief is its bereaving mother who wept till nothing is left. I paint a picture to this canvas, hold the ink in my left, juggle the weapon deft, never letting my sorrows get to me, and when they crept, I maintain my frame, 10 toes down, the cycles ignite us a flame. Dang, got caught with a pesky stray, leaking burgundy like I was Esquier, my life wrestled away, look into the eyes of my fam, wondered if I'd be proud on the stage, surprised that I am, man, that's real spit, worried when that white hair got caught up, feeling like a reflection, I might know why.
If you enjoyed this song, drop a 33 in the comments and let me know that you are as excited for this project as I am too. But for now, let's get back to the show. The ambient mastery of Hollow Knight is here too, with soundscapes that make each location feel oh so alive. You have caverns humming, cities breathing, and empty plains whispering as you wander along. It really nails those atmospherics. Now this one might be a me thing too, but as someone that played House in Fata Morgana, the vocal work throughout really gave me that vibe, especially how it combines with the other instruments. The gothic romance of the house in Fata Morgana is echoed in the piano and string arrangements, adding so much emotional weight. I was meaning to talk about this game on a video, but I don't know, it just never really hit me exactly how I wanted to talk about it. Anyway, that game had some melodies that will linger with me forever, and I mean, I think we all know Expedition 33 got that in spades. And Final Fantasy X's back once again with sweeping orchestral pieces that are clearly an influence. Grand themes for the journey, intimate motifs for the characters, all working together to elevate the adventure. The music is truly its own story in FF10, and maybe even more so here in Clair Obscur. I absolutely cannot wait for my pre-order of the vinyl to come at 6 LPs. 6, count them. This will be my biggest collection yet. Let me know if you'd like an unboxing when that shit hits my doorstep. So yeah, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 isn't shy about where it comes from. The DNA that makes it. It's a patchwork quilt made from the finest pieces of gaming history, stitched together with enough confidence, craft, and love that it doesn't just feel like an homage. Feels like an evolution, a revolution. Sandfall Interactive took the games, movies, and art they love, threw them in a blender, and poured out something that somehow tastes both oh so familiar and brand spanking new. And you know, maybe that's the magic of it. We're not just playing a JRPG from France, an FRPG, I guess. We're playing decades of influence filtered through the hands of a team that clearly grew up loving the same stuff that we did. It's comfort food with a twist. Every bite reminds you of something that you loved before, but surprises you with that dash of flavor and zhuzh that you didn't see coming. You never see it coming. Now, if you've played Expedition 33, I'd love to know what influences you spotted that I didn't mention here. Drop them down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, give the video a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more gaming breakdowns and music-fueled retrospectives. I just broke down the soundtrack of Third Strike, so click on that, John, to hear another all-time GOAT. But until next time, don't get gomaged, and I'll see you on the flip if you don't. Peace.